guys, how you doing? I hope everything is well. Everything is good with me. Y'all, this situation is so sad. Like, for real, with young Scooter. This is just trifling. I'm confused. Like, I don't know the connection with Demetria Spence and young Scooter. Like, I don't know. It's something just not right there. Why in the hell would you make a fake ass phone call saying a whole bunch of stuff, talk about some, oh, they got pals in the house, the girl is outside getting beat, she ain't got no clothes on, and he dragging her back in the house, she leaking from the head, and then listen, then she was like, yo, there's a kid involved. Then she said or it's 7 of them, and all 7 of them have pals. Like, you don't really know. These police could have came there on, on some real craziness, you know what I'm saying? Like, they, I would be real with you. I think they should charge Demetria for the death of young dog. The death of young Scooter, I'm sorry. Of young Scooter. Because that's just crazy. Like, I don't understand why would she do that. Who does that? She sound grown. Like, you sound like a grown behind woman. And the whole thing is she knew the right address. You know what I'm saying? She was saying she said the address of what's going on, but she made it seem like she was just like right there watching this shit here. Like, it's crazy. This lady is demented. Like, I don't know. Like I said, the connection between young Scooter and her. I don't know, or somebody else in the house. You understand? I'm not just saying him, himself. I'm just saying what connection did she have with anybody that lived in that house? Because she kept saying it was 7 men and they all had pals. So you already know what type of time the police was going on there because this lady is giving this here false narrative that these guys, like, I don't even know what the hell is wrong with her. Like, why would you do something like that? Why? And then she come live talk about something, oh, y'all don't know me, I've been getting beat and all that. What you talking about? Whatever happened before, what you talk about right now? Because you made that phone call and you wasn't even there. You wasn't even there. Is something in her mind that happened, is it something that happened to her, like, on some real stuff? And she just decided to make a phone call and act out what happened to her? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. She was on some real crazy time, y'all. Like, for real. And I really believe that they should charge Demetria with the death of young Scooter, because none of this would have came in play if she would have just mind her business and just took her L, whatever it is. I don't know. But I know it's demented because you sent these here police over there, and they all probably was scared. You know what I'm saying? They like, yo, what's going on? What's going on really was none of her business. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm just saying, listen, no one should be beaten on, but when you making up shit, you know what I'm saying, and causing that type of, situation where these young men came to the door and they were scared, you know what I'm saying? Everybody just started running or whatever. But, she had to have some type of connection. I don't know, y'all. She had to have some type of connection to that house. Not saying that she was with young Scooter. It could have been one of the other dudes in the house. I don't know. That's why you don't play those type of games. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody lost their life. Young Scooter lost his life, and I am so sorry to the family that this happened, because this here crash dummy is playing games. She a grown woman. She's a grown woman and sitting there playing games on the phone. Playing games on the phone to cause this type of chaos. It was chaos. You understand? No matter what young Scooter was doing or whoever in the house was doing, that's their business. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't for her to do that type stuff there. Whatever happened to her, to me, I'm just going to say, allegedly. To me, I feel she probably was messing with somebody in that household. I don't believe it was. I don't believe it was young Scooter. It could have been any brother that went into that type of house. It was in the house. She probably was messing with them or something because the way she came out online talk about something. Y'all don't even know me. I was beating that girl. Well, did you? Why you didn't call the popo then? Why didn't you call the popo when you was getting beat then? You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. This man lost his life. And it was so many people that love this man. You know what I'm saying? And have respect for him. But no. You had to play games. And this man is no longer here. And the police said they did not shoot, fire no weapons out or whatever. We will definitely find that out. And his family can find out very, very easily. You know what I'm saying? They can get their own independent, coroner to look over what's going on, with their son. They say he broke his tibia down there, and what they trying to say is like when it broke, it could have broke into like a sharp part and cut an artery. I don't know. This is what they saying. I'm hoping that they telling the truth because they saying they did not do it. But let me just say this here. In my pelvis, like for real. I don't know what happened. I was just like, oh my God. It was something like in my pelvis. I was like, yo, what happened? So I couldn't walk, y'all. I was trying to walk and I was like, ah, what the hell? What is this? Right? So I could not walk, y'all. When I was walking, it felt crazy. And I was just like, yo, I went right to the doctor, right? Like 10 minutes. I get some doctor's office, 10 minutes. And I was just like, like something wrong or whatever. Matter of fact, I'm lying. I went to the hospital. Yes, I was. That's how bad it was. I went to the hospital, and guess what happened? My pelvis bone had chipped. Like for real, y'all. My pelvis bone chipped, and what was making me in pain was not because it chipped, because the sharp part of it was cutting my meat. Yes, it was cutting my meat inside. That's why I couldn't walk. So that's why I kind of understand if that's the truth. What happened to young Scooter, because it's true. It depends on how it break. You know what I'm saying? It could be sharp and it's rubbing. And they don't really know like if he they say he jumped over two fences, so they don't even know if it happened when he jumped over the first and he just kept, his adrenaline just was kept him going, and he jumped over the second one, and for him to like, I don't know, like, did they catch him at the second one? That's like when I heard they saying like when he jumped over the two fences, that's when they had got him or whatever. When they arrived there, he was just laying there. That's what I'm saying, like, you know, for even if he did, you know, his tibia did break and it cut an artery, can that happen? Can he pass away that fast? You understand what I'm saying? How could you pass away that fast? But then they spoke to a doctor and they was asking him, you know, is this, can this happen? He said yes. He said the same thing I said. If it broke and it was sharp, it could have cut one of his main arteries. You understand what I'm saying? But he said if it did happen that way, he had to jump pretty high and pretty hard down. Like, when he came down, he had to come down hard. He said, I'm telling you, super hard. So I really don't know, the real deal. I really want the parents, I would love the parents to get independent, and find out if that's what's really happened to young Scooter, because, I mean, we going by, I mean, it came back fast, you know what I'm saying? It came back fast. Usually they make us wait and all this stuff there. But they came back fast and said he broke his, I think it's his tibia. And they said, the doctor said, from cutting his main artery. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, that is like really, really hard to believe. But I'm telling you, I went through that with my pelvis. You know what I'm saying? It. I just happened to be walking, and it was like boom, and I was like, "What the?" And I'm like, "Oh hell no!" So I had to go like straight to the hospital because I didn't know what was going on, and I couldn't walk because remember, it's so sharp. It was just cutting me every time I would walk, it would cut it more and cut it more and cut my beat more. So I was like, "Yeah, I'm out." And when I got to the hospital, they showed me the X-rays, and they was like, "Look, it's broken." So the part that's cutting you, the parts that you feel like you can't walk or whatever, yes. So they literally had to like shave it down, like shave it like to where it was not hurting me anymore. But it was crazy, y'all. It can happen. I'm not saying it's table. I'm just telling you, when you break something in your body and it breaks the wrong way, the sharp part could do something like that. But for him, for his demise so fast, you know what I'm saying? Even if he did cut the man, that's I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I'm kind of wrong because I remember a young man here. Him and his boy was playing, and playing too much, and his boy, like, no boy, they was playing, and he like stuck him with the knife, like on his leg, and he died. Like he died right there. That was crazy. He died right there because he hit them. He wasn't trying to hurt him. They was playing around, and he stuck him, and it hit the main artery, and he bled right outside. Like, so things like this could happen, but we just want to make sure that it happened that way. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, the police did not use no weapon on young Scooter, and we have to take the word of that for right now until the parents jump in and have an independent, doctor to see what really happened. So anyway, y'all, I'm gonna read this here, okay? Atlanta police say woman made fake 911 call prior to young Scooter's demise. The bizarre, the, the bizarre string of events that led to an Atlanta rapper death began with Demetria Spence made a fake call to 911 according to the police. Investigators said the 31-year-old woman's 911 call that sent officers to a southeast Atlanta home Friday afternoon. And the arrival of officers at the home prompted the rapper known as Young Scooter to run until he fatally injured himself jumping over a fence. That's the police and the medical examiner office had said. Spence was arrested and charged with transmitting a false police alarm, a felony. She was booked into the Fulton County Jail on Wednesday morning. She was granted $7,500 bond. Court record shows 7,500. 7,500. So she could just pay, and bro, your whole person done lost their life because you playing games, and they giving you a 7,500. Police has not released details on the possibility relationship, if any, between Spence and the rapper, whose real name was Kenneth Bailey. Bailey publicist told the Atlanta Journey Tribune his family has no comment about the arrest. So what I'm saying is, hold on. It don't mean that she had a relationship with young Scooter because there was more than one men in that household. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if she had something that with one of the brothers, one of the dudes that was in the house. It didn't have to be young Scooter. It could have been another brother in the house. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But the way she was on live talking about something, I was being beat. I was being beat. So why didn't you go on 911 then? What are you doing? What is you doing? Shit, stupid. A whole man minding his business, and you gonna play games like this? Mm-mm. Well, trying to, you said, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And Spencer never mentioned the rapper during a 10-minute conversation with 911 operators. That's true. But she said she was witnessing a man beating a unclothed woman in the front yard of her home on Williams Nye Drive, according to the audio released this week. While trying to escape officers, the rapper cut his leg on one or two fences he attempts to jump over. Police said police have said the injuries causing marked his blood loss. The Fulton County Medical Examiner Office and on Tuesday, but the autopsy confirmed what investigators said hours after Bailey's demise, that he had injured himself and no officer weapons was involved. And they said the fence that he was trying to jump was wooden. I mean, I don't know how high or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But, if his adrenaline, if he was running and his adrenaline was high, he probably was just, he was just going. He was just gone. But the one doctor said, like I said before, he had to fall really, really hard. You understand what I'm saying? Really, really hard. The injury was not a pow wound. The medical examiner said he would know because he would know. Examiner would know because when you clean their body, whatever, when they clean them, you would whatever they use the solution, it will be coming out of his body, and that show you that a hole is somewhere in his body, like a bullet wound or something like that, and it's not the case. God. Officers were unable to locate any signs of the crime described by the 911 caller, and the investigation was skeptical of the call itself, including whether the call was actually witnessing what she described. Yeah, because she sounded fake as hell. She was getting irritable, and she just, it seemed like she had a vendetta against somebody in that household. I'm telling you right now, she was just saying some things. She was just saying real crazy stuff. Like, she was, the whole thing to me is that she stayed on the phone call for a very, very, very long time. You know what I'm saying? They was telling her the whole, they was asking her questions. Do you see? Like, she was literally tripping. Like, she was right there. Like, what you on, girl? What are you on? Like, investigators was, okay, they said they were skeptical about the call itself, including whether the caller was actually witnessing what she was describing. Investigators initially asked the public's help in finding the caller. They found them. That's because the call was placed from DeKalb County and transferred to Fulton County. Operator, according to the conversation during the call, the caller used an SOS phone or a cell phone no longer on a cellular network. A police spokesman said. By Tuesday evening, police announced the caller had been located and was identified as Spence. State law says the transmission a false police alarm charge can be applied if seriously bodily harm or death results from the response of the public safety agent. According to the arrest warrant, Spence admitted to investigators she had made a phony call. Okay, she made a phony call, but she had the right address. It's not adding up. It's not adding up. She had the right address and everything. Spencer did not. Spencer did admittedly request the service of Atlanta Police Department and reported a false criminal act transpiring, prompting emergency response from first responders that ended in the demise of an individual he warranted state. According to court documents, Spencer lived in DeKalb, just 20 miles from the Williams Nye Drive address. Okay, they said funeral arrangements for Bailey was pending, according to the social media post. A balloon released to honor the rapper, who's being planned for Thursday from 6 until 8 p.m. at Bessie's Branham Park. You know, this is tragic. Like I'm not gonna lie, this is very very troubling. I don't get it. I don't get what she was trying. I literally do not get what she was trying to do. Like for real. I don't get it. I don't get it. Hold on, y'all. Let me just see something real quick. This is crazy. Like, this poor man just lost his life. I just can't believe they gave her a $7,500 bond. I don't think they should have upped that, because a whole man, with a career, lost his life. You know what I'm saying? He lost his life. No matter what he ran for, that's his business. You know what I'm saying? That's his business. He could run all he wants to. You know what I'm saying? So people saying, well, why did he run or whatever? He could run because he wanted to run. Like, y'all really don't know. Like, people don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't he run if he was scared? You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't trying to, like, trying to go to jail for this girl making false accusations on him. You know what I'm saying? On the whole house, actually. On everybody that was in the house. She made false accusations on everybody in the house. So, he ran. So nobody can sit there and say, like, oh, why did he run? Well, he ran because he wanted to run. Like, I mean, we don't know why. I mean, other people probably know. I'm just saying, me, myself, I don't know why he ran. But I feel like this here, if he ran, that was his business. Ain't none of my business why he ran. I feel like this here, if I want to run, I run too. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't really know what he got going on. It's just really like, it's really sad. It's really sad, and I feel they should charge her for they should charge her for his demise. Yes, because I don't know what was she thinking when she came back and wanted to go live and went crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was just wow. That was just wow. But anyway, y'all, hit that like button and subscribe. I'm gonna give you a small video, y'all. Alright? Alright, peace, y'all.
8715, what is the location of your emergency?
The location is
with a transfer. 1 second, ma'am, for 273 William Nye Drive, Southeast.
273 William Nye?
Yeah.
No, it's 273 William. Oh, you said Nye, NYE, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right, thank you. Thank you, DeKalb. Hello, caller.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Do you need police, fire, EMS?
Actually, both. If you could say both. There was literally a shooting The house, literally the neighbors next door, the house of the address that I just gave you, the 273. There is literally a whole domestic dispute going on. There's like 7 guys that live in this house, and
What's your
then
name?
I'm sorry, what is my name?
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, so I'm the neighborhood watch, and
Uh-huh.
basically like I said, these guys they're like selling drugs in and out of the house. All you see is guys coming in and out of the house with guns and stuff. They holding guns in the air, and then it's like I'm not sure if they're pimping, but it's the situation that's going on right now. This girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl. He literally fought the girl. I'm not sure what they was fighting over. If they was fighting over drugs, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like they were fighting over drugs. Um, and then they started shooting. She had someone come over there, and they started shooting. But the house needs to be investigated. They're definitely doing they're doing illegal stuff over there, and it's
How
disturbing the
many shots were
area.
fired?
I would say 3. It was 3 shots.
When did it happen?
It's happening now.
Okay.
So I believe the girl is hurt,
And they're
that's
coming
why
from 273 William Nye Drive?
that's not yes. And the girl is hurt because she was like bleeding profusely, like blood everywhere.
Okay. Do you see or hear anything else?
Yeah, she's trying to get away, and they're holding her. She's being held hostage. Like she's trying to. They brought her. The guy that was fighting her, she ran outside naked, and then he was fighting her outside. And then there was another commotion. She tried to get away. He dragged her back in the house. So now they're at the door, literally fighting. She's trying to get out. He's refusing to let her out. And it's like 7 guys in the house.
Okay. Give me one moment.
There's also a child in danger as well because she has a baby.
Okay, you said the female is naked?
Yeah, she's naked and she's bleeding profusely from her head.
Okay. Can you give me a description of the male?
The male is like has like a caramel complexion, low haircut.
Is he black, white, Hispanic, or Asian?
He's black and he drives.
What color shirt and pants do he have on?
Blue, regular blue jeans and like a regular like t-shirt. I'm not sure. I didn't really get this. Okay, I'm not sure if it was blue or black.
Okay, dark t-shirt. And what about the female?
She's light skinned and she has black hair. She's probably about 5'3", 130 pounds.
What? Okay. And you said she's naked. Okay, give me one moment. Let me get EMS on the line.
Okay.
You have reached Grady EMS. Do not hang up. Your call will be answered in the order received. You have reached Grady EMS. Do not hang up. Your call will be answered in the order received. You have reached Grady EMS. Do not hang
Hello,
up.
ma'am. Can you tell me what they're doing right now?
Right now they're still battling. She's trying to get out, and the person's
Okay.
refusing to let her get out.
You have reached Grady EMS. Do not hang up. Your call will be answered in the order received. EMS, what's the address of the emergency?
Hey, Grady, it's Atlanta. With a transfer, the caller is advising 273 William Nye Drive, Southeast. Let me give you a little bit about what's going on at this location. There is a male at the location that's fighting a female. She is naked. A shooting. Shots were fired. About 3 shots were fired.
Repeat the address for me.
273 William Nye NYE Drive, Southeast.
Oh, okay. Tell me exactly what happened.
I'll call her and let her know what happened.
Hello.
Well, before I get into that, is this a business house or an apartment?
This is a house, and I think you guys should get here quick because this girl he's really hitting her, and it's a child involved. There is like 7 guys in the house, and they all have guns. You guys need to hurry and get here before she doesn't make it.
Ma'am, we already have help organized for her. What's the phone number you're calling from? Exactly what happened?
There's a situation going on in this house. There's 7 guys that live here, and they're basically, I'm not sure if they're running some type of sex traffic. This individual, she's a 5'2", light-skinned female, black hair. She ran outside naked, bleeding from her face. She tried to get away. She was dragged back into the house, and they're holding her hostage, and then there was a baby involved. So this situation is really serious, and he's punching her. If you guys don't get her, she's going to be really hurt.
Atlanta.